Welcome back, guys, to another podcast.
Today we have two very special guests back at it again. We have Gabby and Gabe.
Hello,
Hola.
I'd love to introduce them, but you guys already know who they are. They've literally been through it all with us, so here they are.
¿Cuántos episodios son ya? ¿Tres?
What is this? Your third one or fourth?
I think it's the third one, right?
Yeah.
This is the third one, yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something to start off this podcast. How long have you guys been together for?
Sheesh.
8 years, I think.
8
or
years?
7. I don't know.
In my book, I think that qualifies you guys to come give advice with us.
Ah,
So what do you guys
chila.
think? We're going to read some emails and you're going to give our subscribers, our viewers, which are probably in common with yours, advice and just let's just help them out, because maybe you've been through it and,
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do
That
All
would
it.
be
right, let's
interesting.
kickstart off. Let's go. This one says, "Hello guys. So I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years now. We started dating when I was 14 and he was 16. We started doing the deed 9 months into our relationship, and obviously I was super young and didn't know how to do too much and didn't get pleasure. I always thought I'll get better with time, but it never did. I'm with him because I truly love him and he's the best guy I've ever met. He's such a good and sincere heart, but I'm too embarrassed to tell him that the sex isn't good for me. Since it's been so long and I have never brought it to his attention. Please help me and guide me on how I should tell him or what I should do." Crying emoji. "I know I should have told him since the beginning, but I would always think it'll get better. Like, how do I throw 6 years away because love isn't enough? I love you guys and I hope you can help a girl out. P.S. Franco has the best parents ever. Kind of jelly, LOL. Love you, girl." What do you guys think?
6 years with no pleasure, girl. That is a lot. That's miserable almost.
It
Yeah.
is. I mean, I can relate to that because I feel like everybody, I'm not saying that everybody, but like mostly everybody has been through that stage. Like you don't know what to do. You don't know like what pleasure means because I went through that with Gabriel, and for me, what it worked, and I told him, like, I always been honest. I was like, you know what, like, bro, you're just hurting me, literally.
You're
Like,
doing too much.
yeah, he thought he was like the terbolino, no sé qué chingados, but he was just hurting
It was
me.
a tornado.
And it's because you obviously have to be open about it and don't be embarrassed. Like, you cannot be embarrassed with your partner. Like, y más si tienes muchos años con ellos.
6 years, girl.
Yeah, you're supposed to have like that, like confianza and confidence to tell him the grillo.
Yeah, they're all over the
Oh
place.
my God, how many escaped?
Okay, basically a little bit of backstory because I just said a grillo and they're like, what the fuck? Diles tu amigo
Yeah,
ahí.
Cornelius eats crickets and the crickets got super smart y rompieron por la bolsa in the corner and they escaped. So right now we're just going through the podcast looking at crickets all over the room. Ya los atrapé, ya los amarré la bolsa mejor, pero sí se escaparon unos. And to be honest, if you're smart enough to escape my lizard, then you kind of deserve to live. So
So good luck, Charlie.
Well, yeah, the point here is that you have to be open about it. And I don't know what she meant by the you cannot live just by love. So I don't
Yeah.
know if she's talking about like sexual
yeah,
or
like
like
there's gotta be both.
or like como sentimental. But I feel like she has the right to tell him, like, you know what, obviamente que no va a ir a decirle, you know what, like your deed doesn't work for me. Obviously
Yeah.
not. You have to be slowly
Kind of nice about it. Be
be
like, hey.
And I know you're kind of like you said, like embarrassed that you should have said it sooner, but it's time's only gonna keep passing, you know? I think you should address it as soon as possible.
And I
right?
mean, it's never late for nothing. Like,
and if you love him,
And like you said, you can't throw a 6-year relationship away because of this, because of something that you know can be fixed.
Yes.
You know? So definitely I would say lean into it nicely and say it in a nice way. Not like Gabby said, it doesn't work for me, girl.
Yeah.
Just actually tell him like, hey, by the way, like I would.
Or if you don't, like, you're too scared or embarrassed or whatever, which I feel like you guys should work that out because, like I mentioned, like confidence in between partners, it should be like one of the prioridades. But you should start doing like new things too, like try new things that makes you feel pleasure. Y de
Like
esa manera.
learn yourself and then.
Yes. Another thing that you can do, maybe a lot of girls don't like it because they feel awkward. Touch yourself. Because
maybe.
even
Yeah,
though it's a
Gabe.
taboo for a lot of people, but I mean, that's your body. Why would you not like to touch it? I don't know. That's what I think. I mean, girl, you do you.
Hey, but
I'm just giving you options.
I want to give Gabe a huge shout out because the way when you addressed it with him, he handled it like a man and he corrected it. You know what I mean? Muchos hombres creo que si tú les dices eso, su
Se
ego,
molestan.
y sería pues, if you don't like it, then go find someone else, you know, or like, or wouldn't want to change it. So I feel like shout out to Gabe that he saw what he was doing and he fixed it. And
Like,
I'm assuming things are.
oh, yeah, things are way better now.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Todo se arregla, you know?
Ya, todo con palabras se arregla, obviously. Pero tú, a ver, tell
no
me, what did
pareces
you
DJ.
feel cuando yo te dije que...
Pues, la verdad, I kind of feel bad porque, I mean, lo
El
que yo
ego.
quería, pues igual. Pero ya después dije, no, pues le voy a hacer caso and I'm gonna try to, like, moverme un poquito, you know, mover agüitas ahí para que todo esté más calmado. Y sí lo hice, pues, y todo va bien.
Y es que todo no puede empezar como que, okay, come here, let me put this inside of you. Like, it
Yeah.
has to be a process. Like, it's love. Obviously, yeah, it has like the adrenaline and stuff, but you have to give the person like love, affection, touchy, like all of that. It's the process, like I mentioned. It's not like just like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I agree. So definitely our advice here is to talk to him and fix something that can be easily fixed.
Or try new
My only
things.
concern is, what is she comparing it to?
Well, she cannot
You know?
compare it to nothing. It's
No,
just
because
like,
she just doesn't feel pleasure.
okay,
Oh,
let me
okay.
just put this example. ¿Te gusta limpiarte las orejas?
Yeah.
You like the feeling?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, imagine me coming and just putting it like this. Would you
Oh,
like it?
no,
No.
no.
Why not?
But that girl's never felt the good one.
No matter, but like, do you like it if I do that to you?
No.
Why? Because it's hurting you, right? A girl, if she's not feeling pleasure, she's just feeling.
And I feel like as a girl, you listen and you know that it's pleasurable. You know, so it's like, why am I not feeling the pleasure?
Oh, yeah, you
it's
hear
not like you're
stories and
comparing it to
stuff, yeah.
someone. No, yeah, it's like you hear sex is this beautiful, wonderful thing, but you're not feeling pleasure, so it's not this beautiful, wonderful thing for you. That's what she's comparing it to, not because she's tried it with someone else.
Yeah. Or it's just that, como like, she's not feeling pleasure, so that means that she's feeling dolor, pain.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I bet you take our advice, girl, and let us know how it goes.
Please send us an update. All right. Hello. I wanted to see if you guys could give me some advice on my relationship. My ex-boyfriend, Bob, of 4 years, treated me like shit. So I decided to move on to this new guy, Billy, who gave me everything I ever wanted and treated me the best. One day while being under the influence, I told him I did not want to be with him. I wanted to go back to Bob. It ruined our relationship. I got back with Bob and he changed, but still was kind of disrespectful. It seemed like all he wanted was sex. I left him and got back with Billy, but now it seems like all he wants is sex too. I'm stuck in a very awkward situation and don't know what to do. Please give me some advice. P.S. I love the vlogs and congrats on the baby. Thank you, girly. Well, I think Bob and Billy ain't shit. Yeah, just kidding.
What do you guys think?
I think, I mean, if she already tried both of them, might as well just move on.
Throw them both to the trash, girl. If you're not, because like you said, Bob treated you like shit, so you tried Billy, and now you went back to Bob, and all he wants is sex. But then now Billy, all he wants is sex. So maybe you have to try it with Brian or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, which one was the second one? Billy?
Billy.
I feel like she broke Billy. So now,
yeah.
like,
That's fucked
obviously he's not going to feel empathy for her. So that's why he wants only sex. I
Yeah,
guess.
and it's like if you're going back and forth from guy to guy, maybe that's all they want you for now, and maybe that's why you have to throw them away and go get another one.
Yeah, and go hurt someone else.
Go hurt someone else.
Pobre Billy.
All right, ready?
Oh, they want me.
Hi, I'm currently pregnant and with my first child. Me and my baby daddy currently do not live together. We are still together. We just don't live with each other. We used to live with his parents, but I had problems with his family, so I moved back home. I do not speak to his family anymore, but I have reached out multiple times to clear the air, but they don't cooperate with my baby. Is going to be born in a few months, and I'm not sure that I want them in my baby's life. I feel conflicted because they are his grandparents, but I don't feel comfortable because they don't even stand the thought of me, and maybe it's the mom in me already knowing the feeling they would do something to my baby because they can't see me. This is a conversation I cannot have with my baby's father because he gets too offended if I talk bad about his family or anything I say about them. I know this would be a red flag, but I've told him multiple times that he would rather choose them over me. He doesn't tell me anything. I need advice on what to do. Sent from my phone.
That's going, I think that kind of goes to with our relationship, how it was back then, when everything happened, when we had some conflicts against my family and because they didn't like her. And tell me, JB, how you fix all that?
Like, how would
Well,
you feel if you were in that
But now what you
situation
pass
still?
through, but with you're expecting a baby.
Yeah.
But I haven't fixed. Well, it has been better, but I don't think it has been fixed because I still have some issues that I don't like. But I cannot make other people do what I want them to do. You know what I mean? So, for example, you have a baby coming on, and como dicen, like the baby is first, no matter what. So, if your man or your ex-man or whatever he is in your life, it's putting his family first before his own kid. Well, like fuck him. Like, what the fuck are you doing there? Like, don't waste your time. But while I cannot be saying this because I'm not in your shoes, you know. So say que realmente it's going on in your head, in your heart, because you probably love him. Porque una persona who doesn't love, like the
Other person?
baby daddy or mama, it's not gonna be there, you know. But I also think that if his family, once you have your baby, and if his family doesn't look for your baby, then don't never take them to them. I feel like you have to not just think about yourself y tu valor and like respect yourself, but like now you have to respect your baby. Like if they're not looking for him, then don't take them. You know what I mean?
Yes. What do you think, babe?
Yeah. Well, a question I have for you is, say you have like a 5-year-old, right, Gabby?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, well, he want, grandma, he has to go with grandma, right? Gabe's parents. And maybe he comes back to you and has a different mentality or learns something that you don't agree with. Le están diciendo algo. What would you do?
First of all, I would never let my kids go alone with nobody because I don't trust nobody. Like, you never know, even family. You cannot even trust family. Like, muchas veces we take care of our kids from our doors out, but in reality, the monster can be inside your
Oh,
house.
yeah.
Yes.
So I don't trust nobody. And because of that, I will never leave my kids alone with nobody. So
That question doesn't apply.
yeah, that question doesn't apply to me because literally, like, if I see that they're trying to like lavarle el cerebro, my kid, I'm gonna be ahí lista como leona.
So how are you going to handle the day your suegra's like, can we borrow little Gaby to go to the park with us?
I will go with him. Do you have a problem with me going with him? If you do, then you're not having my kid. And many people might disagree and be thinking, "Oh, you're toxic." I don't care what you think. It's my
my
kid.
kid.
It's your kid.
Period.
At the end of the day,
So
I definitely want to piggyback off that. I think now that I'm a mom, your kid comes first. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's family, whether it's your mom, your whatever it is, your kid comes first. And so does your partner. Like, the little family that you've already built comes before anything else. So if you feel like you're not getting treated right by your baby daddy and he's putting his family on top, like over you, before you guys, what the hell, the fact that he let you move out of the house and didn't follow you or didn't want to make things better or didn't talk to his parents, like, what else is there to do? You just got to take care of you and your baby and your mental health, because your baby needs you. Like, he needs you to be in a happily, mentally good state to be a good mom. And I don't think that you have to put up with anything or anybody else, to be honest. And that's coming from a mother.
Yeah, that's so cool.
damn, now you can say that, girl. Like, I'm a mother.
Te crees, amor.
Sí me creo mucho.
Bitch, I'm a mother. No drama.
drama.
I mean, there's drama, but like nobody cares about that.
But we don't care about it. What would you say?
About what?
On your side, like, why is the baby daddy acting like that? Like, what would you... Like, say your parents didn't like me and couldn't stand me.
Uh-huh.
Or no,
What would you do?
Let's put it opposite. Like, what if he doesn't want his kid to go to your parents because they're gonna brainwash him, right? That's how you say it.
Yeah. How would
I
you
think
feel?
I think we would have to come to an agreement, because it's our baby. If he doesn't want to go to my parents, it's for a reason.
Yes.
So I need to listen to him, because it's our son's well-being. It's not how my parents are going to feel. It's not how that person is going to feel. It's how our child is going to feel.
But you're mature, so you think about
True.
together. Let's put it like you don't think like that. Like, you're thinking like that man. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna put my family first and fuck you. Basically.
I just don't see how you could do that. Like, I can't put myself in those shoes, because it's like, how are you going to put your family above the person that you decided to create a new family with,
I
Like,
feel
that's
like
a
those
huge
people-
responsibility.
Yeah, I feel like those people are just not mature.
No.
They could be like 40 years old, but if they don't come to an agreement with their partners and their new family, which it's their kid, it's not mature, like, at all. Y pues nunca vas a llegar a nada con esa persona, to be honest. Because not you, not the baby, not nobody's going to change their mentality but them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, before you decided to have sex and have that baby, like I'm assuming she had to have like had some interaction with the family, right?
Like
And
history.
seen how he acts with them. So like at that sense, it's like, really, girl, you decided to have a kid with this guy that I'm assuming you already knew he was a mommy's boy
But
or
that's
daddy's
a
boy.
topic that not every mother is willing to have, because they are like, how can I say it? I feel like mothers, they know where they get into, even though they say, "Oh, I didn't know this was gonna happen." You know, because
Yeah.
you know this person was not responsible, was not collaborate like colaborando contigo, didn't put you first when you were dating. What makes you think that it's gonna put you first when you guys are together as a marriage couple or with a kid? Because even
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you picked up on those clues, no son mensas. So why do you proceed to have a
because
kid?
they care, I'm sorry to say this, but like they just care about themselves and not their kids. Because if they care of their kids, even I'm not a mother, but this is what I think. They will never pick a father or a mother, because this goes for women as well, for their kids like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the advice we always try to give you guys. It's, if you are already in a bad relationship, don't think that marriage or having a baby is going to solve any problems. It's just going to make them worse. So if you thought maybe, oh, if I have a baby, like he's going to move out with me and he's going to leave his parents, his toxic household. Like if he didn't do that before you had babies, he's not going to do it now. It's going to be the same thing, you know? So it is tough on you, but I feel like in a sense you did know what you were getting yourself into. So now learn how to get yourself out of it.
And
Yeah,
I'm not
so
saying everybody's like that, because it's a 99% that it's always like this, but there's a 1% that guys or women, they actually change.
Yeah.
But it's like rare. Like that shit's are like in extent. ¿Cómo se dice? Extinct. ¿Cómo? Chingado. Extinción. Oh, ¿cómo se
Peligro de
dice?
extinción.
La extensión, pásamela, por favor.
But also, oh, fudge, I was going to say something. Oh, but also, as we always say on the other end, it's communication is key. You know, if you want him to move out, then tell him that. Be like, hey, I'd love if we were living together and caring for our child together in a house by ourselves, in an apartment by ourselves, or you can move in with me and my parents. Ya si ahí de plano no quiere, pues I see, like, he's not shit, you know? But
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
yeah, definitely. Okay,
You guys,
definitely.
you have the best advice. Okay, so
I met my boyfriend last year and currently 6 months pregnant with his baby. He went to Mexico in November, and when he came back, a girl had messaged me asking what I was to him. I obviously told her that he's the father of my baby and my boyfriend. She was shocked and told me that he's her boyfriend. I had asked him about it, and he said to block her and don't message her back, there's people who dislike him and want to cause problems. I try to communicate with him about it, but he doesn't try at all. After I told him about the message, he has been less interested in talking to me. I say I want to see him, but comes up with excuses with work. I even told him that if he doesn't want to be with me to tell me, and he says he does, but I feel like he doesn't by the way he acts. I love him too much to leave him, especially when we have a baby on the way.
Gabby, give it to her straight.
I already said this. Like, I don't know. It's hard, you know, because I'm not in her shoes. Y muchas veces el amor nos pone pendejos. And that's something that I also like understand. Because we can be saying, yeah, girl, like leave him and like fuck him and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, like we all been through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we all been through a relationship where we know they valen madres, but we're there because we love them too much. And especially if they have a baby coming on the way, you know. Pero al final de cuentas, like it's not gonna get better. Like never.
Well, exactly, because you've been through it, then you should tell her that it's not,
I would say it kind of, I mean, if he told you to block her and don't message her back, that's kind of a red flag in my eyes. Because if it wasn't true, which let's hope it's not, he would be like, tell her to send you proof. Tell her this and that, you know? Not block her, don't talk to her. Because why do I have to block her? Like, is she going to tell me something? Is she going to send me proof? And if he's like starting to act different, that even makes him look more guilty. You know, a guy that's not guilty, he would be there and be like, you know what? Ask her for proof. Let's call her right now. Let's do this and that to try to make you feel secure, you know? So if he's not giving you that like support, then those are red flags. And I would be like, unblock, message, give me proof. If she gives you proof, then that's all you need, you know?
But I mean, if the girl texted or email whatever she did, Like, how does she know she has a relationship with him,
Yeah.
you know? So, like, aquí
Tuvo
no hay
que
que
haber
hacernos
pasado algo.
pendejos tampoco.
Yeah.
Like,
Tuvo que ha pasado algo, ¿no?
yeah.
No te quieras aciegar.
No quieras tapar el sol con un dedo, because you're gonna get burned.
What do you think about that, Gabe?
Pues está cabrón, la
Being a
verdad.
guy.
Pues esas ya son jaladas, la verdad, because I mean, I know where is it going based on, like, fue a México, hizo algo, and
Now
Not
he-
him coming back with WhatsApp
Nah.
downloaded.
Andaba, muchacho, me das tu WhatsApp.
that should remind me of, I don't know if you've seen this one video que hacen también videos ellos, and they're like, oh, ¿tú estás casado con ella? Sí, es mi novia. Y después viene otro guy.
Oh,
Y
yeah.
después viene otro.
Oh,
No,
hell
pues le
no.
vamos a decir que, ¿sabes? Or something like that. So,
Wait, what?
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
I don't know, solo yo también entendí.
Oh, yeah.
Está bien.
And what do you think about it?
No, I think that, like, es que pa' qué se hacen, you know, because you're just elongating the pain that you know that it's gonna come, you know, like, you know, deep down.
But she already has. Porque también qué feo. Like, I feel like that's so, like, it makes me so mad. That's why I get, like, so frustrated with pregnant women or women with babies, because I can feel their pain. O sea, qué feo que está embarazada and she's going already through a lot. And then este güey tiene que salir con sus pinches jaladas. Like, that's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, and don't make your baby an excuse to stay with someone, because then it's like you're blaming them. Because le puedes agarrar en al bebé and be like, the reason I'm unhappy and I'm with someone that makes me unhappy is because of you. You
Or
know?
that's how toxic family shit starts happening.
Yeah.
Like, the baby, cuando vaya creciendo, va a empezar a ver muchas cosas that is gonna, like, make their life miserable.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. And we're not telling you, like, it's easy to leave. It's not. But definitely, like, think about it and do your research. Like, if it's going to help you sleep at night to unblock her and message her, then do it. Because obviously he's not giving you the answer that you need or want. So get it from someone else.
Pero como también dicen, if you're not ready to leave him, like, don't look. No le busques 4 patas al gato, o 3, o 5, porque las vas a encontrar, and you're just gonna be hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So, si quieres ser chiva pero contenta, pues don't look for information.
Yeah. Because you'll find it and you'll be unhappy.
Yes.
It's your turn.
My turn? Okay. Bear with me, porque este está todo en español. Hello, primero que nada, felicidades por su baby, que está hermoso. Muchas bendiciones para ustedes. Thank you, girl. Les quería pedir su opinión o su consejo, jaja. Yo he estado con mi novio 4 años y al principio salíamos mucho con su hermana, pero de vez en cuando queríamos salir solos. Pero si él me lleva a un lugar, ella dice que he is fake because he didn't take her. And I don't want to take it bad, but it just affected me how she thinks we're always supposed to take her. If my boyfriend posts me on social media and she sees, she gets mad because we are out. And if we want to go on a road trip, she feels like she has to go. And I don't know if I'm overreacting, but I wanted to know y'all's opinion on that. I would like for it to stay anonymous. Of course, girl.
Wait, how old is she?
The sister.
The sister, she didn't say. But they've been together for 4 years.
That's dummy, girl. First of all, on the sister, like, why would you try to invite yourself everywhere? It's a relationship, not.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
But I want to know, like, how old is she? Because
Yeah.
that matters a lot.
Why?
Because if it's a little girl, probably she's a little
But
jealous
on social
sister.
media?
Huh?
On social media?
The kids now have social media.
Okay, let's play it 2 ways. She's 10.
She's
She
10.
loves her older brother.
Yeah,
And the other one is she's 19 and she just
no,
wants
if
to third
she's
wheel.
19, come on, like, that's us right there. Like,
From what age to would you say that should stop? Like 11, 12, 13?
it doesn't matter. It should stop whenever it needs to stop. But it like, I can understand why they're trying to be like that. If they're like 10, 9, maybe they're like a little jelly sister. Pero, pues, o sea, ellos son los adultos. They
Pero es
need
una
to-
mocosa.
So es la
Por
sister
eso,
con
they
su
used to-
hermano.
¿Ah?
La sister con su hermano.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like jelly vibes. But like, that's
Like
what...
grabarle contigo.
Ajá. Like,
Like
que
if she
quiere
wanted to
todo-
be with you 24/7 going out with you guys.
And if she saw that you and Gabby went to go get ice cream, she would get pissed.
I think that's just jealousy. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
puro show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
por eso a lo mejor maybe she loves her brother too much that she wants to be with him and all that. And I understand that. Like, I'm not saying I don't. Pero pues they supposed to be the adult. Like, okay, hoy no, tranquila amiga, ponte a hacer la tarea or something, you know? Pero if she's 19, 20 and she's making those drama, I don't know. That's, for me, that's us, first of all. Like, no matter if that's your sister, o sea, ya está grande la morra para que anda con sus jaladas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's immature, I would say. If you're older, like, obviously,
Porque
because
si
ya
fuera
sabes.
backwards, I mean, ¿cómo sería? Hermana y hermana cuidándose.
I mean, it makes
Es
sense.
como lo de tú y nosotros, ¿se acuerdan?
Yeah, because
Como
okay,
nuestra
let
relación.
me give this information. So my mom, well, she didn't want my cherry to be popped, I guess, and she will always send my sisters with me anywhere Gabriel and I will go, and like he will pay for all of us, and
Damn.
and that was like hard, like that was intense. But then it stopped, like because my mom realized that okay, I was growing. I had to do my things, whatever, and she realized that okay, it was time to stop. You know.
But you were younger.
Yeah, I was
And
really young.
how long had you been with him?
With Gabe, that lasted for about 2 years or 3. It was
Oh,
a lot,
damn.
but we
Damn.
were also really young. Obviously, my mom, she was trying to protect me. Pero qué le va a proteger al hermano, la morrita?
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
Yeah.
O sea, entendieran un poquito, si fuera al revés, que el hermano quisiera proteger a la hermana. But even then, o sea, like, I feel like that would be a little bit too possessive and toxic.
Oh, yeah.
Porque, like, come on, like, that's machismo right there. Lo podríamos poner como que le está cuidando mucho a la hermana when we already know everybody's gonna do their thing sooner or later.
And that's on the boyfriend too. Like you have the right to tell your sister to not come and to not
Yeah.
get mad. Like, hey, I want to go out with my girlfriend by myself,
Y no quiero
and you
pagar
don't
por
have
ti.
to come.
Pero
yeah.
es hermana de sangre también, because that's another thing. Like, there's, I don't know.
Girl, we need
Oh,
specifics.
You're
Come
talking
on, a
about
ver.
some weird incest going
Yeah.
on.
No, maybe es hermanastra.
Yeah.
So, like, that's sus right there. Like, why
Yeah.
would she be so mad over her
Yeah.
brother going with her?
Very true.
You know? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Some weird vibes.
I'm just too, like...
Weird
I don't
Alabama
know.
vibes right there.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just like putting all the puzzle pieces together.
Trying to figure this out.
We're missing a couple
Necesitamos
though
más
because we
pruebas.
didn't get specifics.
Necesitamos más pruebas.
But, yeah.
But like we always say, girl, communication is key. So just tell your boyfriend. Just be like, hey, like, what's her problem? Or maybe you. Well, I wouldn't say you could talk to her because
I
then
would
that would.
smack her.
Because then that would make.
her a
That would
If I was the
probably-
girl, if I was the girl.
That would make drama, unnecessary drama. But
I wouldn't
well,
smack a
you
little
are
girl.
so.
If I was a guy.
He's like, let me give
Oh
her
my
a neck.
God.
Nice cut, G.
I mean, do you guys think, this is another question, because now that we're parents, we're going to ask you, like, the things your mom did, obviously, like, make your little sisters go with you and stuff like that. Not that you're going to do it, right, to your kid, but do you think you're going to, like, I'm never going to do what my mom did to me?
No.
I do think I will have a lot of things that my mom did to me because I feel like I am who I am because of her.
At the end of the day, some were like,
And I feel like hay edad para todo.
mhm.
And now I realize that because, o sea, back then I thought I was the shit and I was like, hey, I can do this. Like, I can't handle the horse and shit. But in reality, I was so dumb. Like, I didn't, yeah, like it's.
And I think also, como dicen, todo a su tiempo. Like, you want to live so fast when you're like 16, 17. You just want to do everything. But like, what you don't realize is that, yeah, todo a su tiempo, like, that's going to come with time. Like, everything, you're going to do it. You just have to wait and
Yeah.
not be so freaking impatient, you know?
But it's so annoying because now I sound like that old lady who
Yeah.
always told us that. And it's funny because then you're going to realize that it's true. You're going to grow up. You're going to be telling that to another people and they're going to think you're annoying. And it's a cycle, you know? So it's something that it's never going to end. Like, at the end of the day, everybody's going to do whatever they want to do.
And stop getting mad at your mom because moms do know best,
Dude,
honestly.
I feel so, like, anoches que I cry because I felt like I was a piece of shit with my mom. When she was just trying to protect me, you know? And it's something that sometimes we don't understand. Even though right now, sometimes I'm, like, really mad. I'm like, oh, she's so annoying or whatever. But now I kind of understand that.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, Gabe? Do you think you're going to do you ever think you're going to catch yourself being a dad and you're like, oh shit, never mind, go, you know? Because you're a guy, you were there, 17, it's 11 o'clock, you trying to go to a party, but your dad's like, no, ya es tarde, ya acuéstate. What,
Yeah.
your little Gaby comes up to you, does the same thing, what are you going to do?
Pues,
También.
pues lo mismo, because you never know. Because, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, like all the things that could happen, like while you're at the party,
Dude,
and you're like, what the fuck?
Como
Like, it
decía
makes
mi-
sense.
Como decía mi mamá, like, yo prefiero, porque she would tell us this, like, yo prefiero que me odies ahorita a que algo te pase and then I regret it for being a bad
Yes,
mother and I
exactly.
taking care of you. Because she will always tell us that.
I will freaking cry, todo. Like, like solo me quería ir con mis amigos y todo, and my dad and my mom they would be like, no, you can't go. I was like, why? I was like, because like
Just
there
Yeah,
because.
just because.
it was just because, and so that's what would get me more mad. So
Yeah.
I agree. Now that we have a baby, I used to be like, I'm gonna be the cool mom. Like, yeah, you could do whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, after I popped him out, I was like, boy, you ain't going nowhere because the world is a scary place. And obviously, like, we don't want to raise our son to be scared of the world. We want him to know that the world is good, that there's good people out there. And we don't want him to be, like, scared going out of the house, like the guy in Benchwarmers that
Yeah.
doesn't want to touch the sun. We don't want to raise him to be like that. But also, we
Want to protect.
want to protect him. And
Don't keep them in a bubble, but
No.
also don't no le
Give
suelte
them-
las
ajá.
cuerdas. O sea, todo, o sea, hay una cosa que yo siempre he pensado, like, una diferencia muy grande entre libertad y libertinaje. O sea, libertad, they can give you freedom, pero libertinaje es like que te sueltan y hagas lo que se te dé la gana con tus nalgas y pues tampoco.
yeah.
Y luego mi mamá también como me decía, like, no, pues no puedo ir a tu casa porque en tu casa hay tíos, hermanos,
Y
primos,
uno nunca
y uno
sabe.
nunca sabe.
And it's true. Like, you
It's
really
true.
don't. And now that I put myself in those shoes, it's like, yeah. Like, Jonathan's like, oh, you asked me once, you're like, are we going to let him, like, go out, like, if he wants to go camping with his friends
Yeah.
or if he wants to go out to the mountains with his friends? And I'm like, before I had him, I'd be like, yeah, like, why not? Like, he can go. And then now that I
Camping
had him, I'm
vibes.
like, hell no, boy. Like, who's going to drive? Are they safe drivers? You know, like, all of these. And now I understand my mom.
like
I
all
was
the
like,
scenarios you put in your
yes,
head,
it's like, it was the
crazy.
fear that made them that way, you know?
Because sometimes, because back then in the day, I would like sneak in at 3 a.m, like tippy toe, and my mom would be there in the couch, like, ¿qué horas son estas de llegar?
Oh, shit.
And I'd be like, mamá, duérmase. Like, what the? Like, no puedo dormir hasta que llegues. And then I would always tell myself, be like, ain't no way I'm staying up for my kid. Like, if they want to be out there at 3 a.m, I'm going to be sleeping just fine. And then I had Franco, and I'm like,
escucho todo.
fuck, like, that kid ain't going past 11, you know? So,
It's hard. I mean, feel like everything changes when you become parents. But see, antes, like, I feel like now, because you don't have a kid now, but you still know that your mom did everything because she loved you and because she cared for you and she was scared of the world. But when you have a baby, it heightens. Like, everything's like, oh, this is why my mom did what she did. This is why my parents did what they did. Because now you feel it with your baby. Like, you just want to protect them from anything and everything. So I don't know. Like, I wish there was a way I could tell, like, all you young people watching this podcast, like, listen to your parents. Like, trust me, you're going to be happy that you did. Because...
but I think it also goes the other way. Sometimes, now that I have a kid, now I see things that my parents did, and I'm like, why the fuck would they do that?
Oh, yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
oh,
mean?
absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
listen to other people's opinions when it comes to your
Oh,
kid. I'm
yeah.
like, I love my kids so much. I don't give a fuck who tells me anything. So why did my parents listen so much to other people and not put me first? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. I
Because
think.
It does.
There, o sea, como todo, like, there's limits for everything, you know? And I feel like, me personally, I won't let nobody tell me how to raise my kid. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't think nobody's gonna raise my kid better than I will because it's mine, you know? So all those people who say, like, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're not supposed to do this and that, like, take care of yourself and your kid and let me be me, you know? That's something I look forward to become a mom. Like, I just wait for somebody to tell me what to do para decirles, ¿sabes
Para
qué?
enseñarlas.
Cállese el hocico porque así se ve más bonito. Because literally, like, I'm not gonna hurt my kids. Why
Absolutely
would they
not.
make you feel like you're the worst parent, which you're not? Because obviously you're not gonna hurt your kids.
No.
Well, hay un que otro pinche loco allá afuera,
Pues sí.
pero esa no soy yo.
I agree. And there's no perfect way to raise a kid either. So why, like, the way that you raised your baby doesn't mean that another person has to raise them exactly like that.
Like, why are you telling me how to raise my kid? And if I click on your Instagram profile, you have like a silver tooth fucking kid. They're like being bad, you know? Like, I'm just
little
being honest.
Chucky.
Like, why? Like,
Chucky
unless
vibes.
your kid is Einstein and he went to Harvard at the age of 10, like,
Then
don't
tell
be telling me
tell
how.
me
You know
tips,
what I mean?
girly.
Like,
No, and not even that, because, you know, like, being smart doesn't come because of your parents teaching you. It's because of your brain. And that comes from the mother.
Oh, damn.
No,
damn,
for real.
Franco,
That's
did you hear that, bud?
Eso está
You
comprobado.
better be a
So
good
sorry.
vlogger.
You better be a good athlete, boy, because your mom don't have no brain.
You
No,
better. He has that TikTok hair.
it's so funny because we talk about him like how would you say you guys are? Like, who do you think is obviously not the intelligent one, the dumb one, but who would you say is more like
Qué
more
sad.
intelligent, more logical,
Pues
more?
matemáticas, no sé, Rick.
Gabriel's really smart with math, and I am too. So I was actually a really smart kid in school. Yo fui una de los tops.
Yo pienso que... Chale.
No, I gave her two.
Chale.
Por eso el Gabriel era el ratito de la escuela, o sea, cuando yo estaba con él. Porque he was always doing homework y yo nomás se lo robaba and I would copy. I'm so glad that we had the same classes together, bro.
But I think smartness comes in different ways. Como por ejemplo, let me give you guys an example. Un día estábamos manejando yo a la Blanca, and she was like, "Oh, babe, I really hope our baby comes out with your brain because I was really school smart and stuff like that." And I was like, "Babe," I looked at her all romantic. I was like, "You are smart. Thanks to you, we drive this car, and I'm not $100,000 in debt and working 9 to 5."
It's because
You know?
I feel like everybody is smart, nomás que hacemos muchas pendejadas.
And it
That's the
depends on
difference.
what too, because there's like school smart, there's like street smart, there's so many things.
Yeah, porque
but
Jonathan puede tener algo que tú no
Well,
tienes.
like Jonathan, like I was saying, Jonathan literally, like, I always go back to this when we were playing Who's Smarter Than a Fifth Grader with Nat and Jake and Edith and Ricardo. Jonathan got literally, I think, every single answer right. And for some questions, I was like, damn, like, what is the answer to this? So that's why I see him as the brain of the relationship, because Jonathan, like, not only did he get every answer right, but, like, everything I ask him, like, he knows the answer to. And, like, my sister the other day was struggling with 7th grade math. I couldn't help her, but Jonathan le decía todas las answers. I'm like, damn, like, pobre Franco if he comes out of my
But
brain.
look,
Cause
my smartness in life would have taken me to a good school, a college degree, accountant, a shitty life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like miserable, unhappy life. That's what my smartness would have taken us to. What is her smartness and her ability to be creative and out there, her mom letting her express herself the way she wanted to. Now, I don't have to wake up early and go to a shitty job. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So right now, because you think you're not good at school and you're like, fuck, school isn't my thing. Like
you try
your
something
thing is
new.
something else. Trust me.
Okay, let me correct this. Like, everybody's smart, love yourself. Pero la cancioncita, like, ting, 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 la de YouTube que ponían antes. La de,
oh yeah,
Oh.
never mind, cut that. Nah, just kidding.
cut the cameras.
But yeah, no, like, I feel like everybody's smart in one or another way, so.
Good job, Charlie.
Good job, Charlie.
You too, Gabe.
You're very smart.
Es que apagar las cámaras. Ya me fuck.
No, pues I think.
¿Sabes? Pues, yo tengo unas preguntas a ustedes. Cuando... Ok, cuando me ponían, oh, quiero un bebé o algo, ¿cómo puedo escribir esto? Porque yo tengo la curiosidad, así como cómo se mirara nuestro bebé y todo.
Ajá.
¿Cómo sintieron? How can I explain it?
Like
How
did
we imagined our baby?
Ajá, así como cómo se sienten, como, like...
What we imagined versus what he came out to be?
No
or what?
es eso. ¿Cómo puedo...? Es que, ok, yo le digo a la Gabby, I really want a kid, y no me puedo, like, I won't be ready whenever I'm ready. Pero ella, she's like, no, todavía I'm not ready, y todo eso. Fuck, ¿a qué me voy?
You got this. You got this.
Like,
You got
I
this.
make no sense.
Cut the cameras already, please.
No,
No,
but like
take your
just
time.
spill it. Like what are you trying to say? Like how did we come to agreement to have a baby, or like how did it happen, or what?
No, pues porque, I mean, ustedes dicen que pues, no lo planearon.
Yeah.
Franco, es
I don't know,
mentiras.
like, dígame cómo ustedes se sienten ahorita. Like,
Okay,
¿cómo se
I
sienten?
understand what he's trying to say, because he's trying to
Yeah.
say like we didn't plan the baby, and like the plans that we have didn't happen. So how do we feel now that it didn't happen, and yeah, it
Is
wasn't
that-
planned?
or not?
Is that what you're like? What you're
Nah,
curious?
nah.
He's trying to say
Está bien,
he's
perfecto,
curious
vale.
because he
Ajá,
wants
perfecto.
he's ready when he's ready, and Gabby is like no, like I'm not ready.
I mean, I'm not ready. It's just that si sale, pues sale.
Si
like,
pasa,
I'm
pasa.
happy, yay.
I just that's a good question, because if you guys even know that you're like, ay, la Blanca decía que she didn't want a baby since she was 30, and look at her now, and it's like, it is crazy, it's life changing, and I don't think anything in this world, no classes, no videos, nothing can prepare you for being parents. Like maybe you can be like, oh, it's easy, like if I do this and this, it's gonna be easy, if I do this and that, like if I support my partner, but being a parent is probably the most life changing, craziest thing that you could go through and you could be. So I have no regrets. I'm so happy like how everything happened, how everything was planned out, even though it didn't go according to plan, because God was just probably laughing at us like, oh, there's a baby inside you right now, girly, so I personally right now I feel happy, I feel content with my life, and I feel like every day gets easier because I know that I don't have to lose myself to be a good mom. So now, and even with this trip, it made everything like, I'm like, oh, like I can still be who I am with my friends, with my family, and like everything's gonna be fine. It's just a little bit more work. That's how I personally feel.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Gabby's
sí,
laughing
es
too.
que la
No,
verdad...
I'm just laughing because
Pues
he's
la-
always mentioning about babies. That shit scares me. Like, bro,
Se le
come on.
calentó el matrizo, como dijiste.
Sí, se le cantó el
I'm just
matriz.
waiting for her. Cuando ella esté lista, I mean, I don't
Yes, and
mind
that's a
it.
good thing too because it's like her body is the one that's gonna go through all the changes. Ella es la que la va a llevar para todo. So you have to be when she's ready when she
Mira,
wants
tú
to.
lo haces carry por cuántos meses?
9, 10.
10.
But
5, yo lo hago carry por 5 y tú...
Ya,
por cinco.
vamos a ser caballitos de mar basándonos ahí el baby. I don't know,
Damn,
es que...
like, it's so crazy because, I mean, los conocimos sin bebé y ahora con bebé is like, what the fuck? Like,
Do you see a huge
damn.
change in us or no?
No, like, no ha cambiado nada. I mean, you guys still look the same.
Like, did you think?
Mira la Blanca and I'm like, what the
Dude,
fuck,
no,
¿tú
she
un
looks
bebé o
so
qué pedo?
different. Like, she looks
Really?
so
Yeah, like,
young and tiny and petite. Like,
Actually, yes,
I
ella
felt
va a
like, I feel like taller and everything. Como que el Franco le robó la estatura o
Baby Franco le
algo.
robó unas cuantas hinchas.
Oh, I can't be a model no more.
Did you
No,
expect
pero-
me to be like different? But were you like, you think Jonathan's still gonna be like?
No, what the fuck? I
Normal?
never thought of that shit.
Es
to
que
be honest.
people, you know, people always say and whatever, pero lógicamente not everybody's the same. Pero casi siempre cuando te dicen, oh, una vez que tienes novio, you change. Oh, una vez que te casas, you change. Oh, una vez que esto. So that's why probably he's thinking like, oh, maybe now that they have a kid, they will change.
Maybe that's why he's so curious because he wants to, like, he's probably thinking, like, oh, how is it going to be with us? Like, are we going to change? Is Gabby going to look más chaparra?
Yeah, it's hard. Like going back to baby daddies and mommies and families and all that. That's one of the reasons why I think I'm not ready. Porque, like I mentioned, I still have a lot of conflict. Not conflict, but like disagreements with his side of the family. And I feel like I don't want to bring that into our relationship and then que se destruya todo, you know? Because even though I know what I have and who he is, I feel like even though if you don't want to, the outside can affect your
Yeah.
relationship.
And not only that, I also want to say that a baby can either make you or break you. Like,
Exactly.
don't you think, babe? Like, the first couple of weeks were hard, and I wouldn't, like, guys ain't shit. Like, if you leave your woman, like, after a couple of weeks of her being postpartum, and, like, you guys don't pass through the postpartum phase, you're not shit. But I also understand, like, why it happens, because some people are just not mentally strong. Some people, they just don't want to deal with it.
But
you
that's
know?
not fair because
Obviously.
why women have to like amarrarse un huevo and be like, you know what, like me duele el cuerpo, me duele el corazón, me duele la mente, but I have to be here for my baby. And the guy is like, you know what, like I don't feel ready. Let me just clean my hands
Yes.
and leave.
Oh.
I don't think that's
It's
fair.
not.
I
So
think
that's
fucked
why, yeah, that's why I'm not ready. I'm not saying that he's gonna leave me, but I will probably will be the opposite because I don't like some
Shit,
things.
you're gonna leave
No,
them?
yeah, for real. Like, and I have told him, like, I'm straight up, like, you know what? If I don't like something and I disagree with it, like, you know what? Peace out. It's gonna hurt my heart.
But you leave
That's
the
the
baby
same
with
thing.
Gabe?
Maybe.
Bruh.
Maybe. Fuck it.
You could.
And yeah, why not? Like, men do it all the time. Why I can't do it? Because I'm not
Yes.
gonna be the worst mom because I left my baby. Oh, but he's not gonna be.
Oh, yes.
So like it's a lot. Like I think a lot of things that maybe a lot of people are gonna disagree because I have had this conversation with some
No, y
friends.
yo como as a guy, I mean, I understand, to be honest. I mean, that's fucked up. Imagínate dejar una mujer está embarazada con tu mismo hijo y luego solo la dejas en...
Or postpartum, dude.
Fuck
That's postpartum is probably hard. It's way harder than being pregnant. So you leave your girl after.
That's being an asshole.
No, for real. Like we even had this like that like talk, and I know he wouldn't leave me, pero yo soy una persona que like fuck, I can't stand
piensa
some
mucho.
things, and
I feel like you're just not ready for it to affect your relationship.
exactly. Because I'm like I mentioned, like if their parents don't look for my kids, I'm not gonna take them. Like, don't expect me to go, like, even toda jodida, just recién parida, don't expect me to go and take my baby so you can meet them.
Yeah,
You know?
we already
Like,
talked
you're
about
going
that
to
too.
my house, and if you're not going to my house, you're never gonna see my kid. Like, I'm not gonna
Period.
take it to you.
Period.
Period. And that goes for everything, for family, friends, anything.
Exactly. And that's what I told him desde ahorita. No tenemos ni tenemos planeado hijos, but I already told him, like, this is what it's gonna happen. And if you think I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but you're not even gonna take my kids. Like, you're not. Si ellos quieren, ellos van a venir. ¿Cuánto amor sin haberlos parido, dijo mi mamá?
Damn, that got really deep. But I feel like we're very passionate about this, right, Gabs?
Yeah, I'm so mad right now. Like, let me.
Ladra, como le haces?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like this year I have changed a lot, as I have told you, and a lot of people. And I don't know. I'm ready to fight anybody who wants to fight me.
Oh,
Hasbula.
Mándame un email y nos peleamos. No, son
Un
mentiras.
message request, yeah, I'll pull up to your house.
Yeah, es que ahorita like I don't have the time or the energy to be arguing with anybody or giving any type of explanation to anybody.
Period.
Not even my own family.
As
Period.
it should. Damn, guys.
Period.
Period.
Anyways, guys, I think it's time to wrap it up. This has been a phenomenal podcast. Thank you guys so much for, because it takes a lot of guts to give another person advice on something, and I think you guys were the perfect people for these. Everything happens for a reason. You guys were the perfect guests for the perfect questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gracias.
Because
And-
I feel like out of the 3-4 questions, you guys kind of lived through them. No.
Yeah.
Like you guys were like, oh well, we passed. Oh well, the family. So.
And I also hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. I do think we got a little bit deeper into some topics, and I hope that you guys like that, because sometimes people do need a little bit more deep advice. And I hope that no one thinks that we're being too harsh or we're saying mean things. That is just our advice, and if you don't like it, that's great. You are not supposed to agree with everyone else's opinion, everyone else's advice. But that's just 2 cents from a married couple that doesn't have a kid and a married couple that does have a kid. So if you guys liked it, let us know. You guys know that you can send emails to spillthebeansjj@gmail.com, and it will always be anonymous. We will never ever say a name on this podcast. Bill and Bob. Billy and Bob. Just make up random names. No, but yeah, do you have anything else to say, babe?
No. Do you guys have anything to say? One last thought on your mind?
Muchas gracias por tenernos, como siempre.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys for coming all this way to visit Baby J.
It means a lot.
Guys, I just
Pleasure.
want to give a huge shout out to Gabby and Gabe. They were there through it all. They were they filmed our pregnancy
Journey.
review. They
Yeah, and
Gabby
that's the crazy thing, what I'm telling you, que pues hicimos tu
pregnancy review.
después
Gabby
tu
literally
gender
planned
reveal.
and filmed my gender reveal. And then you literally planned and filmed my baby shower and hosted my baby shower. Everything. You've been there through everything. So I just want to thank them for the amazing friendship that you've given us throughout these years. And I can't wait to be a mommy with you, but todo su tiempo.
Pues si pasa, pasa. Like I have to tell everybody, si pasa, pasa. I'm not planning, but I'm also not taking care of myself. So I'm just
You're letting nature take its course.
Yeah. Pero
Esto depende de mí, cálmate.
Ay.
cállese, muchacho.
Pues Jonathan me estaba cuidando a mí, no me cuido muy bien.
Dijo que no se vino y yo creo que sí se vino.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next podcast.
Later.